Ring IQ TV, proudly joined by Dev Sahni here at the Zhang Joyce number 2 press conference in Wembley. How you doing?
Good, mate. Look, it's here. It's here. We've been waiting for this fight. You know, the first fight was so good, such an enthralling fight. Best fight scheduled in the UK in the heavyweight division, and I'm looking forward to the rematch.
Likewise, if we get half the entertainment that we got in the first fight, what are we in for?
If we get half, then it's a great fight, a great fight. It was enthralling, the first fight, and also it was because no one expected that, right? We gave Zhang all the respect, but the idea was Joyce would juggernaut him, right? And I think everyone thought that would be the case, but it wasn't. And Zhang proved to be a real force. So I think we'll get a very exciting fight. I think it will be double exciting this time. How about it?
Now, Joe is obviously known as the Juggernaut, but he met his match with similar traits. Zhang is pretty much the Chinese version of the Juggernaut. He's big, he's relentless, he's got endurance. How can Joe win this time around?
Look, David Hay was asked about this, and he said he's got to move his head. And look, I don't think it's quite that simple, but it's certainly a part of it. He has got to keep out of the way of that dangerous backhand. Look, he's got to treat Zhang with the respect that he deserves. I don't think necessarily in the first fight he respected Zhang's hand speed and certainly Zhang's power. You don't really see Joyce wobbling about or getting shrugged off in clinches as well. How does he win now? He'll be heavier, he'll be more cautious, and I think he will rely on some of his boxing skills. You've got to remember what he did as an amateur. He should have been a gold medalist at the Olympics. He won an awful lot. He's one of the most decorated amateurs we've had in this country. You don't just win those sorts of accolades by just walking forward, letting people punch you in the head. So I expect to see more boxing from Joyce, and if you're Team Joyce, you'd be expecting him to wear Zhang down.
When a fighter loses his O, do you believe the mystery is over? Will it be an easier task for Zhang to beat Joyce this time around?
Look, in Zhang's head, he knows what to do now, right? If Joyce doesn't make any adjustments, he knows that if he just keeps punching him with that backhand, he's talked about targeting the eye anyway, that Joyce will be in trouble. He knows that he can hurt him. He knows that he can do damage to the eye. He doesn't feel that Joyce has had long enough to change things up. So if you're Zhang, you'd be quite confident heading into the rematch.
The talks now in the press conference was targeted by the eye. Joyce's manager said if it weren't for the eye, he would have won the fight. Is it difficult to say that?
Well, it's easy to say if you're Adam Morley. He said it. He's committed to saying that, and he's not just saying it like that. He's pulling in punch stats as well. He feels like his man was coming on and that Zhang was beginning to fade. So there is some science behind it. But look, it's all what ifs, isn't it? It's all if my auntie had, etc., etc. But really, we'll find out on Saturday.
Now, where do you rate Zhang amongst the best in the world? And if Joyce was to lose this fight, where does he go from here?
I think Zhang is simply one of the best in the world. Look, Tyson Fury said the other day that he was talking about how this is a big, strong southpaw who's coming to take your brains out. He's not a feather duster like Usyk, is what he said. So if Tyson Fury has respect for him, understands what a monster he is, I think he's very clearly one of the best in the world. I'm pretty sure John Fury said he was number 2. I wouldn't go that high. I still think Deontay Wilder is the monster. But where does Joyce go if he loses? Don't even want to think about it. There'll always be fights out there for him, but it's a long way back.
Moving on, Anthony Yarde is also back in action. Can you tell us a bit more about the opponent that he's facing? Obviously,
I can't because I don't know. But obviously they were trying to do Ricky Summers. Ricky Summers pulled out, so they've been trying to get a replacement. And I don't know currently because I've been doing this presser, so I don't know where we stand. But as far as I'm aware, he'll be there tomorrow for the weigh-in, and it's all good.
Do you believe Anthony should be fighting fighters on the world level after already fighting for a world title? Or should he be dropping down to this level?
I think he's due one. He's fine to have. I think after the Artur Beterbiev fight, after what he gave that night, you can't criticise. He can fight whoever he wants. He can fight me in his next fight. You can't have a go at Anthony Yard after that. I hope he doesn't choose to fight me. I would imagine not. But look, he can do what he wants right now.
Obviously, many see this as a warm-up fight for Yard, or a fight that will get him back on the ladder to bigger and better things. Would a fight between Buatsi and Aziz interest Team Yard?
What, the winner? Yeah, look, I would imagine so. The Buatsi fight's been linked for some time, and it's a big fight. Aziz is... I'm a big fan of Dan Aziz. I like Dan Aziz a lot. And yeah, look, I'm sure that's the fights that people will want to see, right? The belts seem to be pretty tied up right now, and let's see if they can get it done.
I do want to push away from this event just briefly. Obviously, Tyson Fury fights Ngannou. We all know it's a money fight, which anyone pretty much take. If you and I were offered it, we'd probably take it, right?
Yes. Would you? Well, would I want to fight Francis Ngannou? No. Would I want that money? Yes. I don't know, I'm weighing it up actually. No, yeah, I'd imagine I would take it. I'd just hope for a good sort of support system afterwards. Just to look after me, you know what I mean?
What is the structure of this fight? Will this go down on Tyson Fury's record? Is it a professional boxing bout?
One for Frank. Look, it's a Queensberry rules fight. And yeah, it's 10 rounds. It's got all the correct gloves. But yeah, speak to Frank about stuff like that.
Obviously, fights have been made recently. Big fights: Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence, Tank versus Ryan Garcia. Why is it so difficult, do you think, for heavyweights to get it on?
Look, it's all just... It all happens eventually. Fans just moan and whine and cry whilst it doesn't happen, but it all happens eventually. We did get to see Spence against Crawford. We did get to see Mayweather against Pacquiao. But they tend to fight each other. It's just got to suit everyone, and I think we'll see it. Like, I'm pretty confident that we will see the fight. Just chill, relax. It's coming.
Do you think there's any danger of Tyson Fury being stripped by the WBC?
You have to ask the WBC. He hasn't got a mandatory. When he has mandatories, he fights them. They give him a mandatory, I'm sure he'll fight him.
Dev, it's been a pleasure speaking to you on Ring IQ TV for the first time. And hope to catch up with you on Saturday.
No problem, my friend. See you then.
Thank you very much.